Imagine that even when life is rough, you can still be a calm harbor where no storms can get in. That's the power of building judgment, emotional strength that can't be defeated by the unexpected. There is a difference between controlling our thoughts and not being able to control external events. As Epictetus said, some things are up to us and some things are not up to us. To find inner peace, we need to focus only on what we can control through wisdom and willpower. Outcomes are often out of our control, but anyone can control their perspective and reaction. The core lessons not only help you realize that virtue is the essence of a good life, not the pursuit of fleeting desires. Judgments give meaning to objective events. By going through hardships, weaknesses dissolve, showing the free spirit of a person. Living in harmony with the laws of the world lets reality unfold without any inner obstruction. Join us on this trip in today's video with the 10 Stoic principles to stay the same and let Epictetus's Stoic philosophy lead the way. A new path for you, where you learn to actively grasp the key to inner peace, no matter what storms are happening outside. But before we start, as usual, I have a challenge for you. Watch until the end and don't miss any of these 10 important principles. One of them could change your life forever. Principle number 1. Firm purposes. Epictetus said that problems show what kind of person someone is, and the harder the problem, the more honor there is in overcoming it. Pilots get their name from being good in storms and tempests. If you have a clear idea of what you want to achieve, this statement is not just a theory, it is a call to action. The world around you feels smaller, and big problems seem like small steps. You can't lose the inner strength you find in this process. You don't just come up with a strong purpose by chance, you craft it by thinking deeply about what matters to you, not just your career goals or personal achievements, but also the principles and values you want to spend your life pursuing. Once you have a strong purpose in your heart, you must work hard to protect and grow it. Your strength in the face of trouble comes from sticking with your goals and not giving up. A clear purpose is like a beacon in the dark. It's both a guiding light and a strong anchor for the soul. When life throws you curveballs, a clear purpose is what keeps you from sinking into the sea of feelings and tough situations. In the end, having firm goals isn't just good advice. It's the key to mental strength that can't be matched and the power to face and beat any task. This is what Stoic philosophy is all about. It's not just a set of rules for living, it's also proof of the power of will and setting clear goals. Nothing is impossible, and your strong spirit can't be broken. As per Stoic thought, having clear goals is important for living a good and satisfying life. A firm purpose is a clear, unwavering aim or goal that shapes how you act and what you choose to do. It comes from knowing that we can't change the things that happen to us outside of our control, but we can change the things that happen inside of us. Sticking to our goals helps us develop resilience, focus, and honesty, all of which are important parts of the Stoic way of life. Being clear about your goals. To have a strong goal, you must first know exactly what you want to achieve. This helps you focus your time and energy on what really matters, so you don't waste time or energy on unimportant side trips. Take some time to think about your goals and ideals and make sure they are in line with your beliefs. Actions that are consistent. Once you have a clear goal, it is important to keep acting in a way that supports it. This means making choices and acting in ways that help you reach your goal. Even when there are problems or temptations, being consistent makes you more trustworthy, both with yourself and with other people. Being strong in hard times. Having a clear goal gives you strength and resilience when things go wrong. When you have a clear goal in mind, mistakes and problems become chances to grow instead of reasons to give up. Accept that problems will happen along the way and use them to make you more determined and flexible. Getting in line with virtue. Make sure that your strong goals are in line with Stoic values like temperance, wisdom, courage, and justice. A good reason for doing something helps you and is also good for everyone else. This connection helps people keep their sense of morality and purpose beyond their own gain. Regularly thinking about and making changes. Think about your goals on a regular basis and see if they still fit with your values and current situation. It is important to change your goals as you grow and change in life. This ongoing process of thinking about and making changes to your goals keeps them relevant and important. Having clear goals in life gives you the power to live with purpose, strength, and honesty. You can create a life of purpose and satisfaction by making your goals clear, acting consistently, staying strong in tough times, aligning yourself with virtue, and regularly reflecting on your path. This Stoic way of thinking not only helps you on your own path, but it also makes the world a better place. Principle number 2. Would you give your body to a stranger? Imagine you would never think of giving someone you don't know and trust control of your body. So why do we let stray thoughts and false words take over our minds? Mind control isn't just a skill, it's an art. When someone offends us, it's natural to feel hurt and want to get back at them. But Stoicism teaches us that our emotions are the result of our thoughts and personal perspectives. This means we have the power to choose how to react to any situation. Instead of letting offenses overwhelm us, let them be a chance to become more patient and self-aware, to develop discipline and self-control. Start with things you do every day. Make little plans and do them every day to feel better about your own self-worth. You should try to stay in the present and learn more about your feelings as you become aware that you can choose how to respond to any situation. You will slowly become stronger against problems and stop letting bad feelings affect you. Imagine a baker who works hard every day to get better and doesn't care about negative or positive feedback. This baker doesn't let other people's opinions affect how they do their job or spirit. In the end, with patience and control, the baker not only gets better at baking, but they also find real freedom and inner peace, gracefully ignoring any criticism. Stoic philosophy is not only a classical branch of philosophy, it's also a powerful tool that can help us face and overcome everyday problems. By learning to control our minds and deal with our emotions maturely, we can achieve true peace and freedom. In this unstable and uncertain world, we can't help but be gossiped about and judged by others. But have you ever wondered if the weight of hurtful words really defines you? Or if your strength and inner peace are what make you who you are? Take a moment to relax and let's look at the next principle. This story isn't just about how to deal with mean words. It's also about how to free your soul when you're not tied down by other people's views. Principle number 3. If someone speaks ill of you. Epictetus once said that we can't change other people's thoughts or actions, but we can change how we react to them. In today's world, this means accepting that everyone has their own ideas and beliefs, and they may not always agree with us or act the way we expect. In line with Christ's teaching to love your enemies, we are told to be patient and open-minded toward different points of view, even if they are different from our own. To live a life that isn't affected by other people's words, we need to have a deep and accurate understanding of ourselves. This includes knowing what drives us and why we do the things we do, as well as being sure of our values and principles. When you're sure of the road you've chosen and the reason you chose it, people's mean words stop having any value. Finally, we need to learn to be patient and kind so we can handle insults and arguments without letting them get to us. Being patient helps us stay calm and not respond quickly or badly. And being gentle helps us keep good relationships with other people, even when they disagree with us. The lives of saints and artists who endured insults and harm with patience and kindness while staying true to their path are instructive. When we focus on personal growth and resilience in the face of challenges, we not only make our own lives better, but we also inspire those around us. Remember that true power does not come from controlling what other people think or say about us, but from controlling how we let those things affect us. We would love to hear your thoughts and experiences with negative words from others and how you have used Stoic principles to deal with them. Leave your thoughts in the comments section below. Your story could help other people find strength and inspiration. Principle number 4. Insult and offense. Epictetus said in a strong and wise voice that what really scares and upsets us is not what happens in the outside world, but how we think about it. When someone offends you, it's not their words that hurt you, but how you interpret and respond to those words that determines how they affect your soul. For example, if you have an opinion in a meeting and a co-worker strongly disagrees with it, instead of reacting emotionally, you could pause, take a deep breath, and ask yourself, is this an opportunity for me to consider the issue from a different perspective? By doing this, you not only stay calm, but you also broaden your view. Similarly, if you're talking to a close friend and they criticizes a personal choice, instead of getting angry, you could find that they were just trying to get you to think about your choices from a different angle. This is how you find light in the dark, one of the most important things that Stoicism tells us to do. In this lesson, we learn not only how to deal with anger or hurt, but also how to use these things to grow as people. How you deal with them is very important. Stoicism says that strength doesn't come from avoiding problems, but from knowing how to face them and get through them. Remember that every challenge is a chance to get stronger and more robust. We all face challenges that make us feel afraid and ashamed. The question is, how do we get past them? How do we keep our experiences from deciding how valuable we are? Epictetus wrote a lot about this topic in his thought. He said that what makes us afraid and ashamed is not what is happening around us, but how we react to it. Insults and crimes are seen as threats to one's character and inner peace in the world of Stoicism. According to Stoic philosophy, we are in charge of how we respond to these outside disturbances. It is our reactions that either keep us calm or make it happen. We can turn these bad things that happen to us into chances to grow and gain control over our lives by learning and applying Stoic principles. Know the source. Know that attacks usually show more about the person who says them than about how good you are. What happens to you doesn't matter. How you react to it does. So said Epictetus. If you understand this, you can separate your self-esteem from what other people think. Take charge of your reaction. Marcus Aurelius said, if you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it. And this you have the power to revoke at any moment. By practicing staying calm and reacting with logic instead of feeling, you can keep your inner peace. See offenses as chances to make money. Every insult is a chance to be more patient, humble, and willing to forget. Seneca said, a gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials. These are times to show how committed you are to Stoic values and to building your character. Think about your own weak spots. Most of the time, an insult hurts because it hits us where we feel weak or afraid. Take attacks as a chance to look at your own weak spots. By dealing with these problems on the inside, you can become stronger and less affected by bad things happening around you. Show empathy and understanding. Develop understanding for people who hurt or insult you. Think about what might be making them act that way. As Marcus Aurelius said, whenever you are about to find fault with someone, ask yourself the following question: what fault of mine most nearly resembles the one I am about to criticize? This way of thinking makes you more empathetic and less likely to take offense. By living by these Stoic principles every day, you can build a strong mind that can handle insults and crimes without negatively affecting you. Remember that you have the power to keep your inner peace, and that every problem you face in the outside world is a chance to practice and improve your Stoic resolve. Principle number 5. Fear and dishonor. Have you ever felt trapped in the glass cage of fear and shame? That's when we do things we don't want to do just to get approval or a little praise on social media. But Epictetus' timeless wisdom pointed out a simple but profound truth. We are the ones who give every event meaning, which creates fear and shame in our souls. Stoicism, on the other hand, tells us to embrace our emotions with courage and self-control. Overcoming fear and shame means we are no longer trapped in their chains, being held back by the gaze and words of others. It's a journey back to ourselves, rediscovering the worth and meaning of life in every breath and choice we make every day. Epictetus says that the key to happiness is not in the outside world, but in each person's own mind. When we base our sense of self-worth on things we can't change, we let fear and shame in. On the other hand, when we work on improving ourselves, as we move on to principle number 6, let's look at how Stoicism teaches us not only to face, but also to embrace challenges on the path of self-development. We will learn to anticipate difficulties and not only be ready to confront them, but also to use them as a launch pad to reach the best version of ourselves before we continue. It's not just a lesson on how to deal with problems. It's also a reminder to live a meaningful life where fear and shame are no longer obstacles on the way to happiness and freedom. For when we dare to face and overcome them, we not only free ourselves, but also inspire those around us. I want to say thank you very much to everyone who watched this video. Your support has been huge for me and the production team. If you think these ideas are helpful, please like and share this video with others. Your support not only lets us keep making good material, but it also helps more people learn about Stoicism. Fear and shame are strong feelings that can have a big effect on how people act. According to Stoicism, the key to gaining peace and virtue is to understand and control these feelings. Fear usually comes from not knowing what will happen or not being able to control it. Dishonor, on the other hand, comes from how we think other people see us. Both can make us do things that aren't in line with our beliefs or true selves. Stoic ideas can help you deal with these feelings in a way that builds strength, respect, and inner peace. Find out where your fear comes from. A lot of the time, we are afraid of the unknown or things we think could hurt us. Finding the source of our fear will help us understand it better and start to deal with it in a smart way. Fear can be handled well by thinking about what we can control and what we can't. Accept logical thinking. Stoicism teaches us to face our fears with reason. We can lessen the power that fear has over us by thinking about the worst thing that could happen and getting ready for it. When we think logically, we can see that many of our fears are untrue or exaggerated. Pay attention to virtue and character. Dishonor is often linked to worrying about how other people see us. We can lessen the effect of other people's views on us by putting our own virtue and character first. When we follow our values and principles, we feel a sense of inner respect that is hard to shake, even when other people judge us. Take the time to be brave and strong. To get over fear, you need to have courage. We get stronger and more confident when we face our fears head-on and deal with tough situations with grace. Stoic activities like voluntarily feeling uncomfortable and visualizing bad things happening can help us get the courage to face our fears and shame. Take a break from external validation. Dishonor can be lessened by letting go of the need for outside approval. Being more honest in our lives is easier when we know that real pride comes from inside, not from what other people think. By keeping our own high standards of honesty and greatness in mind, we can free ourselves from the control of other people's opinions. We can build a stronger and more honorable character by learning about and using Stoic ideas about fear and shame. To get over these strong feelings, it's important to understand where they come from, think logically, focus on virtue, practice courage, and stop relying on outside approval. We can reach a state of inner peace and live a life of true respect by following this process. Principle number 6. Anticipating obstacles. At its core, the Stoic concept of anticipating problems encourages people to take charge of their lives instead of reacting to the problems that come up. Epictetus says that imagining the problems that might come up on our way helps us get ready mentally to deal with them in a calm and thoughtful way. This mental training is not a call to be pessimistic, but a way to strengthen resolve and give the mind the tools it needs for any situation. Think about the story of a marathon runner who is getting ready for a race. She knows the principle of anticipating obstacles, so she thinks about the problems that could come up, like bad weather, injuries, or unplanned personal obligations that could get in the way of her training. Instead of being afraid of these possibilities, she plans for them. She adjusts her training schedule to account for different weather conditions and gives herself time to rest and recover. On race day, when it suddenly starts to rain, she stays calm because she has mentally and physically prepared for this. Anticipating and preparing for what could have been a problem turns the race into proof of her strength and determination. Anticipating problems brings balance between our emotions and our reasoning, teaching us to deal with life's unknowns with a calm mind. It gives us a feeling of readiness and confidence. It makes us smarter at solving problems by making us think ahead and make plans for the future. This balance is a hallmark that helps us handle the ups and downs of life with a calm heart and mind. Don't allow yourself to be hurt, and you won't be hurt. This is a choice you have power over. Epictetus once said that the way we choose to handle every scenario is what gives us real power. This point of view gives us a way to reach liberation, a new way to think about how we deal with problems and pain in our lives. Principle number 7. No one can hurt you. Imagine encountering a serious problem with a trusted friend. Initial feelings may be hurt and betrayal, but Stoicism teaches us that although this initial reaction is natural, the power that allows you to shape your emotions and subsequent actions lies within your own limits. So the question here is, how do we follow this principle in our lives? The first is the freedom to choose the response when faced with criticism or pain. Remember that you have the right to choose how you react. This does not mean denying the feelings, but accepting them and expressing them twice. You have to find it within. The power of faith and peace comes not from avoiding all kinds of evil, but from knowing that you can overcome anything in Christianity. This power is often found through faith and prayer. The third is mercy, because Jesus forgave those who wronged him, and we are called to show mercy. This not only helps us reduce the burden on ourselves, but also paves the way for reconciliation and love. Remember, this is not a call for people to become indifferent or avoidance. Rather, it is a reminder of power and the freedom to choose the way we deal with problems. It is also an encouragement to find peace and strength through faith. We follow this principle not only in difficult situations, but in all areas of life, to freedom and get closer to peace of mind. Principle number 8. Repressing your actions. In Epictetus's philosophy, self-control is not only a way to be independent, but also a key way to find peace of mind and mental strength. This doesn't mean that all actions or replies are bad. Rather, it means picking actions based on reason. It's not spontaneous feelings. Imagine you're in an important meeting when suddenly a coworker strongly disagrees with your ideas and even criticizes you personally. Your first reaction might be anger, disappointment, or even the desire to respond strongly. However, Epictetus says that this is the time to practice self-control. Instead of letting your emotions take over, take a deep breath and remind yourself that strong retaliation doesn't solve the problem. Instead, accept that opinion logically and objectively. Think about it and even respond constructively, showing respect and opening the door for dialogue instead of conflict. Being careful with our words and actions not only keeps bad things from happening, but it also shows that we are mature and smart in a world where strong responses are often viewed as showing off. Epictetus tells us that real strength is being able to control oneself in any situation. So how can we use this lesson in real life? The first thing we can do is recognize our feelings. When they start to rise, we should accept them without reacting right away. Second is to think before you act or speak. Third is to ask yourself if your action or speech is based on reason and will it bring positive results. Finally, is to act mindfully. Choose an action that shows a deep understanding of the situation rather than just an immediate reaction. By controlling our emotions and actions, we not only face and overcome challenges calmly and effectively. This not only makes our lives better, but also helps us become the best version of ourselves, a resilient and steady self amidst the storms of life. Are you ready to restrain your actions to become a better version of yourself? Leave a comment below this video and say, "I'm ready." According to Stoicism, limiting your actions means keeping your wants and urges in check. It means acting with purpose and reason instead of letting fleeting feelings or outside forces control your actions. Self-discipline like this helps build inner peace, strength, and virtue, which leads to a happier, more peaceful life. Learn to control your urges. Awareness. The first thing you need to do is become aware of your wants and urges. Figure out when you're about to act on an urge and stop to think about it. Look at motives. Think about why you want to do something. Is it caused by fear, anger, or the need to feel good right away? By getting to the bottom of the urge, you can deal with it more effectively. Learn how to delay gratification. Be patient. Put off short-term rewards in exchange for long-term benefits to train yourself to wait gratification. This habit makes you more self-controlled and helps you make smarter choices. Small steps. To start, do small things in your daily life that will help you delay satisfaction. For example, wait a few minutes before checking your phone or set a time to eat a snack. Take a look at your values. Align actions with values. Make sure that the things you do are in line with your most important beliefs and values. When making a choice, think about whether it fits with your values and helps you reach your long-term goals. Make your goals clear. Having clear, value-based goals helps you decide what to do and makes it easier to control urges that don't help you reach your goals. Learn to be mindful. Mindful practices. Make regular awareness practices like deep breathing or meditation a part of your life. These techniques help you stay in the moment and aware of your feelings and thoughts. This makes it easier to stop yourself from acting without thinking. Observation. Look at your thoughts and behaviors without judging them every day. This habit helps you feel less attached to things and lets you choose how to react more carefully. Make your determination stronger. Regular working out. Working out is a great way to get stronger willpower. It takes discipline and helps you deal with stress, which makes it easier to manage your urges. Healthy habits. Having a varied diet, getting enough sleep and sticking to a schedule are all examples of healthy habits that can help you control your impulses and stay strong. One of the most important practices in Stoicism is holding back your actions. This helps you become more self-disciplined, logical, and at peace with yourself. You can live a more balanced and satisfying life if you learn to control your impulses. Practice delaying gratification. Make sure your actions are in line with your values, become more mindful, and improve your willpower. Adopting this Stoic principle will help you deal with life's problems in a calm and collected way, which will eventually lead to more personal growth and happiness. Principle number 9. The power of acceptance. Imagine you're on a long trip and all of a sudden realize you're lost. You might feel angry, disappointed, and stressed, but if you use Principle 9, the power of acceptance, you start to look at the situation calmly and accept that you're lost. You realize that worrying or being angry won't change the present reality, and from this acceptance, you start to look for a way to get back on track. Answers that use a map and ask for directions or GPS. The important thing is that you know you can handle things on your own instead of letting bad feelings take over. Here are 5 things you can do to get better at holding on to the power of acceptance. Identify and accept your feelings when you're having a hard time. Take a moment to notice how you're feeling. Seeing that you are angry, sad, or scared is the first thing that you need to do to accept what is happening. Reading and analyzing. Try to figure out what the problem is at its core and think carefully about what you can control and what you can't. Instead of focusing on what you can't change, put your energy into something else. Focus on the good things you can do with your energy. Acceptance is not giving up. It's the start of doing something useful. Find meaning in everything you do, and remember that every struggle is a chance to learn. Use the lessons you learn from each situation to grow. By practicing gratitude in all situations, we can keep our souls healthy and see the good in bad things. Using the power of acceptance, we can not only deal with problems, but also find peace and happiness in our daily lives. This is one of the most important lessons that Epicurus's Stoic philosophy teaches us. According to Epicurus, we are all born with the ability and duty to live in harmony with nature, both the nature around us and the nature inside us, that is our true essence. To do this, we need to understand and accept our place in the world, believe that everything happens for a reason, and learn how to find happiness and peace within the limits that nature has set. Principle number 10. Living according to nature. Epictetus thought that the best way to live a happy and meaningful life was to be in tune with nature, both the outside world and the nature that lives inside each person. Epictetus says that living in harmony with nature not only helps us find peace, but it also helps us realize and reach our full potential. To live by the laws of nature, we need to know that everything that happens in life has a reason, and we need to accept it peacefully. To become immune to life's ups and downs, we need to train our minds to see clearly and accept everything that is happening. This doesn't mean giving up or not caring, but rather learning to accept and be happy within the limits that nature sets. Stoics believe that happiness is not about seeking outside pleasures or material things, but about finding peace and contentment in simple things by living a conscious and self-aware life with our real essence. Stoic philosophy says that living by the laws of nature is not only a way to deal with life's problems, but also a way to find true freedom and happiness. By following these rules in our daily lives, we not only find peace within ourselves, but we also become immune to life's ups and downs. Let's begin our journey today to live a full, happy, and important life. In the journey of exploring the philosophy of Epictetus and applying the 10 Stoic principles to everyday life, we have traveled through an inspiring and challenging path together. These lessons are not just guiding lights to help us navigate the storms of life, but also a source of strength to build a resilient soul, unshaken by anything. However, the journey of self-improvement is never a solitary process. That's why we want to invite you to engage in this exchange of wisdom. Do you have any questions or challenges? When applying these 10 principles to your life, share your thoughts and experiences in the comments section. Every question, challenge, or even success stories is a valuable source of inspiration to help our community grow and thrive together. Don't forget to like and share this video with friends whom you think will be inspired by the Stoic principles, and subscribe to our channel to not miss any videos that will help you become more steadfast and resilient in life. Let's continue this journey together by watching the next videos displayed at the end of this video. And remember, every day, every step leads towards self-improvement and contributes to creating a better world.